That's a lot of work to make them shine, huh?
Yep. Put that light switch over there for me, Mac. Right
Oh,
there. Right there.
yes.
Right there.
Oh, yes.
Right there behind you. Yeah.
So I was telling these dudes on my channel last night, I got an idea. You know me. I got my own views. You already know. I got my crazy ass views. But I was thinking this, man. If the were the Black Panthers black nationalists or were they Marxists?
No, we were revolutionaries, and we wouldn't consider ourselves Marxists. We'd be more Maoist than Marxists.
But you weren't like trying to establish your own black ethno state.
No, we were trying to bring about change in this country. And if you look at the 10-point platform program, that'll tell you everything we was about.
Yeah,
And
we
we thought we were revolutionary because we didn't really know what revolution was. We were
right.
young, and we were basically trying to change America so that it met the needs of our people. That's what we were trying to do.
Now that you're older, do you think that was a realistic endeavor, or do you think it was a little bit idealistic?
I think everything is idealistic until you try to apply it. And I think that some of the things that we did, even though they were idealistic, they happened. Like we started the free breakfast for school children program. And when there wasn't none, kids was going to school hungry all over America.
Right.
And we embarrassed the U.S. government so much. They got breakfast programs and lunch programs free for poor kids all over the country now.
So
we're the ones that started.
You
that.
guys had tangible results based on what you were doing.
We had tangible results, even though we didn't get credit for it.
Well, we know y'all started it.
The government takes credit for it, even though we started it. They don't give us credit for shit.
True.
And we were talking about police brutality back then, point number 7 on our platform program. Want immediate end to police brutality and the murder of black people. And you see that shit still going on today. They just shot a boy in the bed the other day, a couple of days ago.
Yeah. But it's like, our people are kind of like, we low key want to act like we're mad about what's going on, but then we want to try to be kind of like in bed with these folks. We want the good things, which everybody wants the good things, but it's like you can't be like anti-America and want to be American at the same time, in my opinion.
I don't think anybody's anti-American.
Yeah.
I think that what we were.
No, a lot of people think that's what you guys were, but they don't understand. You guys weren't anti-American. You just wanted your home to be more. You wanted to benefit. You wanted the benefits of being American because you were American.
Let me. Don't try to answer for me, brother, please.
I'm not. I'm just. This is the way I
Well, that's
understand.
the way you understand it, but it sound like you're talking to me, and you trying to ask the question, but you're trying to answer the question too. If you want me to answer the question, I'll answer it.
Right.
And all I'm saying is that we were never anti-American. We were pro-African, pro-black. We were doing what we could for our people in a society where America has never done shit for us. If you look at our history in this country, the history of slavery, after slavery was over and Reconstruction happened, they started lynching black folks all across this nation. All across the nation, they had all these lynchings and murders of our people, thousands, by the thousands. And nobody said nothing. And everybody was involved. The police was involved. The mayor was involved. All the shit they was doing to us. No, we just know what time it is. You got some people who talk about they want to integrate or they want to separate. I've heard all that. But man, people just want to live. Black people want to live, and we want to be respected as men and women. Everybody gets mad at Gavin Long and Micah Johnson because in 2015, was it 2015, they killed these police officers. Well, you got to look at their history. Both of them brothers, one was a Marine, one was in the Army, fought in Afghanistan and Iraq, and they come back and they were suffering from PTSD. And when the police killed that Orlando Castile in the one country, and they killed that other brother in Baton Rouge, when they did that, these brothers had had enough. Because they'd already seen Trayvon Martin, they'd already seen Mike Brown, they'd already seen Freddie Gray, they'd already seen Sandra, they'd seen all this, all these. Eric Gardner, they've seen all these killings and nothing was ever done. So what happened is These brothers was combat veterans, and they snapped back to combat mode. And one of them took out 6 police officers in Texas, in Dallas, and the other was in Baton Rouge, and he took out 3. And see, they killed them, but the police ain't nothing but cowards, man. They are cowards.
True.
The one in Texas, they couldn't even go get him. They had to send a robot in there to blow him up.
They got exposed for what they really were.
Well, they didn't get exposed because look at what happened at the school at Uvalde the other day. This was just not long ago.
Right.
And all these damn police out there scared as shit. One motherfucking little old white boy in there with a gun, and they scared to go in there and get him. And they got on all these goddamn body armor, all these they got all this shit on, and they can't even go in there and save all them kids. Man, that's crazy.
But I tell you, we put our lives on the line every day. Clearly, y'all don't.
You know, one of the pieces y'all just put in the kiln, in the fire, you just took out was Dedan Kimathi Wachuru. He was from Kenya. I don't know if you know about him.
Yes, I do.
Dedan
Betrayed by
Kimathi
Uhuru
Wachuru.
Kenyatta.
Yeah, say what?
He was betrayed by Uhuru Kenyatta. Well, and that's what people say.
He was betrayed by Jomo
Kenyatta, his daddy.
Not Uhuru Kenyatta.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get it right if you're gonna put something out.
Uhuru's in my mind because he's the president right now.
I know, but see the thing about it, you gotta understand. See, this is our problem. We don't understand history correctly, and once we do, now Dedan Kimathi, in that plaque you just put in that fire, there was another brother with him. His name was Biomungi. Biomungi was Dedan Kimathi's right hand man, and Biomungi fought with the British in Burma. And when he fought with the British in Burma, he saw how cowardly these white boys are. He saw how scared they are, crying like bitches. And he said, damn, these motherfuckers ain't shit. So when he got back to Kenya, he joined Dedan Kimathi Wachuru and the Mau Mau. And he was Dedan Kimathi's right-hand man. Okay? So that's all I'm saying. Everybody, what happens is the enemy gives all the information to everybody, even the Africans in Kenya.
Facts.
And they'll let Jomo Kenyatta's son and Odinga Ojinga's son. Odinga Ojinga was one of Jomo Kenyatta's partners back then.
Yep.
Now his son and Jomo Kenyatta's son is supposed to be like that.
Ryla.
Yeah. So, you gotta look at this history, man, and understand that most of the information we get it from Europeans.
We don't know the history.
That's why we gotta study. We gotta get it. And when you see something that don't look right, it ain't right. Cause see, they give you all kind of shit that ain't right. You know, they'll have you rooting for your enemy.
But the crazy part is when you go to Kenya, you find those right people. If you introspect enough and you talk to people who kind of know and they're a little older, like that's how I learned about Dedan Kimathi, how Jomo kind of brokered letting them take him and execute him to get power in Kenya. But I learned that from the Kenyans, but you talking that in a whisper. You can't say that shit out loud.
Well, I learned it from some young brothers when I got there in '83. And they took me to where Dedan Kimathi killed a leopard. And they took me out in the forest. They took me to Limaru in the forest where they organized and trained. And they showed me pictures of Dedan Kimathi. Matter of fact, I got a picture of him and another brother that's not him, but this is a brother they talk about. I forget his name, but I don't even want to know his name because I don't like mentioning it, because they got a picture of him hugging up with Jomo Kenyatta. He's grinning and buck dancing and all that shit. I seen videos of that Negro. And see, I don't like Negroes like that.
It's not right.
There's a whole lot of Negroes like that. They get the buck dancing and skinning and grinning, and they're the ones who get all the credit. When the real revolutionaries don't get credit for nothing.
They sell the revolutionaries out in exchange for power.
Exactly.
Let me be your proxy. You could take this guy who's really a threat. But my phone's about to die. But thank you for that, because that was,
Right.
yeah.